Sometimes red eye isn't even red. With pets, it mostly comes out green. Well, the automatic red eye correction inside of Photoshop won't fix this, so let's learn how to do it ourselves. I'm going to zoom in on Doggy's eye here a little bit. So what we're basically going to do is remove all of the color, and then we're going to come in and darken up the colored area. So, to add more color or to remove it, we can use this sponge tool which does saturation. By default, it does desaturate. So I'm going to get a fairly good sized brush, and I'm going to get in here and just paint and paint and paint, and very carefully remove all the color. You really want to remove it all. I've got my flow turned up all the way because I'm just trying to remove it all. I'm not really trying to be gentle. However, I do want to be careful not to remove the color on the iris around the outside here. So I've got the dog. It looks like I've removed it all. When I start darkening it up in a little bit, you'll see if there's green left over. So I use the sponge to go ahead and remove color. Then I'm going to use the burn tool to darken. I'm going to leave it on its natural setting. I'm just going to kind of come in here and just darken these areas up. Now notice that the eyes generally do have highlights, so you don't really want them to be flat black all the way across. Kind of pay attention to where there's highlights now, and later you can kind of leave those in. You're going to have to darken up all the gray so it doesn't really look like gray anymore. And if you feel like it's pretty good, you might want to go check, because you can overdo it. There we go, pretty natural looking. It's a little bit more gray for me to remove. So I'm going to zoom in. And going around the outside here. Darken, darken, darken. And I check it again at actual size. It looks pretty good. So remember, with red eye, if it doesn't actually come out red, the automatic tool won't fix it. So what you're going to have to do is use the sponge tool to desaturate, and then the burn tool to darken it up. This also works when every once in a while that red eye tool just doesn't really work out so great for whatever reason it decides to not work out so great. Give this a shot. If you want to work with this image, it's called Pet Eye and it's in your samples folder.